Right, hello. Welcome back to WASD 2019. We're on to our third last run now, I think. Yep, it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider by zed0 and Reba co-casting.
Hello?
Hello.
Right. Oh yeah, to explain, there's black bars on the side because this game is 16 by 10, not 16 by 9. So deal with it. I'm
Yeah.
sure you
Yeah.
can
Deal with it.
deal with it. You can hear the crackling fire from the game, and there is actually an incentive to donate. There is a bid war. If you look on the screen now, actually Ben can explain.
Yeah, so there's a bid war for what outfit we're going to use for most of the game. At the very start of the game, you can't choose your outfit, and it sets you to a specific selection of outfits at the end of the game, so you can't choose outfits for then. But during the middle part of the game, I'm going to try and use the outfit chosen as much as possible.
So about 10 minutes in? is when you
Yeah,
get to change
so
it?
the deadline for this bid war is about 10 minutes into the run.
10 minutes.
So to go through the outfits, this is the default one that we're using at the moment. That's kind of here in the middle at the moment.
Currently on £36.
Currently on £36.
Yep.
This is the Angel of Darkness one from Angel of Darkness.
Which is currently on 16.
Currently
Yeah,
on
£16 bid.
This is the Tomb Raider 2 skin, or the Tomb Raider 2 default skin.
That is currently leading at £40.
That's
So
currently
if you
leading
want
at £40.
yeah, if you want a different skin, you're gonna have to like add to the total of the other skins and bid. And the last
And
one
this
is
is the Tomb Raider 2 bomber jacket.
which has no money
Which has
towards
no
it.
money at all.
It is
towards
the unloved
So
child
if
of
you
the Tomb
want to
Raider
spend
skins.
40 quid or 40 plus quid, then you can put that up to the top.
Yeah.
Actually, I think 2 of those came from recent donations that haven't been read out.
Oh yeah. So one of them was from me, which was £30 for the default Lara skin, and then there was £20 from Murtag, which was put this towards the Tomb Raider 2 non-jacket skin for maximum Rise of the Rise of the Tomb Raider, maximum OG blockiness.
So personally, I prefer to not use the default skin, but it's up to you guys.
For my blockiness.
So yeah, as I said, the donation ends about 10 minutes into the run, so I'll let you know when that happens.
36 and 40, 2 of them pretty close, so you could change it.
So am I good to start the run?
Yes, you are. Give me a countdown.
Just to explain why I'm loading a game rather than starting a new game. The game starts with about 12.5 minutes of just slowly walking through stuff, so we load past that. 3, 2, 1.
I'll wait for it to
Go.
load.
They've entered the dig site.
Yeah.
It's fenced off and there's a guard at the gate.
Maybe add a couple
Right,
seconds.
close enough. It was about
enough,
1
yeah.
second.
Static crowbar says good luck, Zed.
Thank you for the luck. So I'm jumping because it's the fastest form of movement at the moment. Later on we'll be able to jump roll, which is faster, but I don't have access to that at the moment. These guys have been doing some excavations in Mexico and trying to get some secret artifact that we believe they shouldn't have access to, so that's why we're murdering them thusly.
But we're about to save someone. So
Yeah, we saved this archaeologist guy,
So it's fine.
and he just runs off into the sunrise.
My game
Jonah.
was
So
allowed.
we're meant to
Just tried to
go
kill
down
the
and
archaeologist.
jump through some cliffs
They have to find what they're looking for.
on the coast, but we can not do that by phasing through this wall.
All teams, get ready for
Awesome.
Operation Blackout.
There we go.
There we go. Now we're clearly out of bounds.
Yeah, so now we're very much out of bounds. You can tell by the textures
Disappearing
kind of
landscape.
phasing in and out of existence.
Yeah, this is a pretty
So
broken game, just like the other ones.
we're meant to go through all those cliffs to the side of us. So we can just about make this jump, and then there's another jump in a moment, which hopefully I won't mess up.
Oh my god, she's gone.
So we're aiming to hit a load trigger here, and that where it says Hunter's Moon means we hit a load trigger. So when we respawn down in the cave,
Amazing.
and then we have to reload the checkpoint to spawn in all the terrain around us.
Huh, that's weird that you have to then reload it as well.
So this next trick I'm about to do is probably one of the most inconsistent ones in the game, so it might well take me a few attempts.
Yeah.
Shoot that.
This cave looks
and
like
get
it's
in the way,
usually underwater.
and we aim, which changes the size of our hitbox, and roll while we're aiming, which phases us into places it doesn't want us to be, and then it forces us up into the ceiling. That's almost what we want to do,
Yeah, that was
but
so
we want
close.
to be a bit more in the ceiling.
Yeah, as you said, this is pretty inconsistent, so a couple tries.
She's trying to get up into the ceiling.
She really is. She just wants to be one with the ceiling.
There we go.
There we go, nice. And now we are indeed in the ceiling.
So I did that kind of jump off the wall because there's a little invisible wall that you need to get over. But now, yeah, so you can go down to the right, which is in bounds, but we can run along outside of bounds and avoid doing puzzles and climbing through lots of very narrow passages and being attacked by eels and lovely stuff like that.
Oh, that eel attack scared me the first time I played it. Like, it was terrifying. Spoiler alert.
So we're swimming over this way, which avoids a rather claustrophobic swim through a little passageway and an eel, and we come out the other end. So that skip saves about 45 seconds. You have to be careful to jump over that tripwire because for some reason she just swallows jump inputs occasionally when you're trying to jump over that.
Convenient.
So the silver dagger, which is what we're down here for, is
Jonah,
up that
I
pyramid.
made it.
This is
I'm
a
in an
room with a whole
underground
load of
temple.
puzzles that you're meant to go around the top of and solve all the puzzles.
It's a pretty fun puzzle room as well.
That's not good.
Oh, that was not intended. That was so
She
stupid.
just jumped on the side.
I just
Yeah.
instinctively jumped and went kind of the wrong direction.
Good
So
start,
Jonah,
first
good start.
mistake
I
of the
made
run.
it. I'm in an
That's fine.
underground temple.
Bad.
Oh,
I feel like I should just
That's
donate
not
a
good.
pound for every stupid mistake you make.
Trinity's blasting their way in.
It paid quite a lot of money.
tell.
So
It's
I'm trying
causing
to jump around
tremors.
to the left here
There's a pyramid. I'm
quickly
gonna get to the
because
top.
we're still in the previous radio conversation with Jonah, so it means she doesn't start a new one. So that's my mistake. And this is kind of doing the puzzle as intended so far,
Yeah, this is
which lifts this thing up, but instead of going and doing the rest of the room, I am going to be jumping over here.
which you're definitely not supposed to do. Okay, so this is
So her landing there is not what was intended. We're trying to do what's called a skywalk, so you'll see her kind of flailing her arms around in the air like she's falling, but we'll be stuck on the side. And this is probably one of the hardest tricks in the run.
yeah, so we'll see how this goes.
So this is the easy bit, getting like that, and then we slide around these slopes.
And then you kind of wiggle.
Oh,
That's okay. Another try.
sorry. Yeah, I'll keep going with this.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple more tries.
This saves quite a lot, so
It saves a couple of minutes.
yeah, which is a lot in speedrunning terms. But this game's what's the world record?
I am not sure. You can look it up on speedrun.com.
But near like an hour.
Yeah. In game time, it's a little under an hour.
Oh yeah, because you time it
But there's
without
quite a lot
limits.
of cutscenes and things. So the awkward bit is getting up this next slope.
Come on, Lara.
She's not
Ah,
wanting
she
to do it.
keeps landing, doesn't she?
I'll give it, let's say, 2 more attempts, and then I'll go and do the slightly safer strats.
Yeah. Remember, this is more time to donate for the skin bidding war. Currently, Tomb Raider 2 blocky skin default is winning. So if you don't want that to happen, or you really do want it to happen and want to cement its victory, then donate. Oh, she keeps
Actually,
landing. Oh, I mean, you
no,
could-
that's too,
no,
too
not-
low. Yeah.
Ah.
If she's below that ledge, I can't get back up again.
Right. One more try and say stress?
Yeah.
Cool.
One more try, and then I'll do safe strats. Come on, Lara, you got this.
Come on, Lara. Look how there are creepy bats and stuff. Anyway, even though you're like way not where you're supposed to be.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll just do safe strats. I didn't
That's
even get
okay.
anywhere near to doing it, finishing it there. So
Yeah,
that's,
that one's super
that's sad.
inconsistent, so.
Yeah, I'll practice that again next time I do this at marathon.
I mean, you have been practicing it, but it's just really
Yeah.
difficult.
So because we're doing safe strats, I'm going to be doing a technique that I wasn't expecting to be doing this early in the run, which is called airwalking. So we'll see that instead of
different from
this,
skywalking.
which is different from skywalking. Skywalking is where I'm waving my arms. Airwalking is where I'm just running through the air. So I drop off the rope and reload checkpoint immediately to despawn the rope, because otherwise when I try and jump here, she jumps to the rope. So I have to be stood on this little block. And then the timing for this is a bit weird.
If you've ever played this game, you know how like
So
jumping is quite
throw the
hard.
grappling hook.
Oh, there we go.
So we're not really sure why that happens. We think it's because you throw the grappling hook and land on the ground in the same frame. So she doesn't lose height because I think she's climbing, but you also have control because you landed.
So you end up doing that hilarious sequence first, so you can just walk through the air.
Yeah. So that stops us actually ever getting the silver dagger. I mean, us picking up the silver dagger is kind of the catalyst for this entire game happening.
Oh
so
yeah,
just
story.
don't worry about the plot in this game.
Okay.
Yeah, the plot is that you take the silver dagger that we just completely avoided taking, and then it sets off an apocalypse because you don't have the box that goes with it, and then, yeah. It's actually a really good game, like, casually, so would recommend playing the
Yeah,
story
it's
properly.
Operation
Probably
Blackout has been initiated.
one of my favourites
None of the
of
local workers
the
leave
new
the site alive.
games.
I think it's my favourite
Fuck.
so far.
Plan for this.
Potato Ray,
They're coming. Be ready.
You want easy difficulty.
not on easy difficulty.
But
I should not be on easy difficulty. I'm going to change now you've mentioned it, but I'm going to check now you've mentioned it. Where's difficulty?
gameplay?
I thought that was what I was in
Oh.
just now.
Normal. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Sorry, we were playing easy earlier and I thought it still might be the same.
And you were playing easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the any percent category doesn't actually specify what difficulty you need to play on, but I tend to play on normal difficulty because easy difficulty turns on auto aim, which is really
He
annoying.
hates it. I really like auto aim because I'm bad
So
at
I'm
games.
running around all these people until we hit this cutscene, because then we can reload and despawn a lot of the enemies.
It seems to be quite a theme, isn't it? Reloading, despawn stuff.
Reasonably. Yeah. So there's
Something is on your end.
Jump over the
probably a
flame
couple of
before-
people over here.
We saw the flame spike. You okay?
I think so.
That wasn't quite kill those people and then we can open this door. You can clip through this door, but it's barely worth it.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, plot happens. So you meet the main antagonist of the game in this cutscene.
What's his name?
But
Dominguez.
we will hopefully, Dominguez,
Yeah.
we will hopefully skip the cutscene before we see him. So, I'll steal that dagger and which the apocalypse. I'm kind of telling you the storyline at the moment. I'll try not to tell you the later storyline
Yeah,
because
this is all within the first 15 minutes of the game.
you probably want you may want to play it yourself. So yeah, this is just basically an honest scroller.
Maybe a left and right control here.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, just don't get destroyed by any really good.
Yeah, you can try out definitely yourself, and that's about it. One of the things that we avoided in the intro, I want to say dungeon, but tomb type place, that we were meant to do was swimming. Unlike the previous few games, this game has full 3D swimming, which we are going to experience now.
Hello, Mr. Tao. He says he's late.
Hello, Tao. If you didn't know, Tao, there's a donation incentive to choose which outfit Lara wears.
Currently, default Tomb Raider 2 Lara is winning with £40. The Bomber Jacket Tomb Raider 2 at 0. Angel of Darkness is at £16, and just default Lara from this game is at £36. For anyone who wishes to change that or cement Tomb Raider 2 default Lara's victory, then donate. But don't feel like you need to.
may have noticed a moment ago, there was a prompt with some bubbles on it. That allows us to go up for air. As far as I can remember, we will never be doing that in this run.
Don't need air.
Yeah, so a lot of cases Lara has enough breath just to swim past them and it's fine. There are some skills you can get to upgrade her breath, but we don't actually use any of them. So we have other ways of ignoring going up for breath. Because the going up for breath takes quite a long animation to do. So this is kind of an action sequence with running and jumping and things, which is reasonably common throughout this run.
Yeah. Stuff moving around while you're doing it.
Yeah, so it's like they took the action sequences from 2013 and upgraded them.
Yeah.
They didn't, the one in 2013 didn't have so much stuff exploding around you and things moving. So on this bit of wall I'm about to climb on, quite often she just lets go. She didn't this time, which is quite
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Rip the kid.
Yeah. I don't
Goodbye,
like this
kid.
bit. Oh, that's really sad.
It's fine, he only fell into some fire.
Jesus! It was only some fire, that's all good.
So we actually have a break of like a minute and a half now, which is a cutscene, which I'm afraid I can't skip. So if you've got any donations, this would be a fantastic time for that sort of stuff.
No.
If not, we can just make fun of what Lara says, and that's fine too.
Hey, we're in
So,
Peru. We're in
yeah,
Peru
I
because-
can't remember exactly what happened. Yeah, Reba
Oh
will
no,
tell you.
I know what happened.
Reba's literally just played this bit
so
in the game.
when she was just in Mexico and stuff, she got this dagger, and then they're looking for Mayan ruins, which are usually supposed to be in Brazil, but because they found this treasure map from 2,000 years ago, and the stars in the night sky have changed from 2,000 years ago, they realised that it should actually be in Peru they're looking for.
we're
But
looking for a
Peru
volcanic
is where the
mountain.
Incas came from, not the Mayans, so everyone's confused why they're
Crown
going to
of
Peru,
silver is
and yeah,
probably a
now I've got you
band
up to
crown.
speed. Look, they're talking about it now.
Okay.
It's the pink fish and the silver-backed mountains.
Just can't
And
get
the
those
pink
people
fish.
Silver Crown Mountains.
Yeah, silver crown mountains. And pink fish are the
Lost
pink
everything.
Amazon River dolphins.
Oh, okay.
And then they have to go west from there, which is Peru.
The riddle
Okay.
says,
Yeah.
chase the heart of the serpent
So
to the
she's telling
silver
you
Yeah,
about
she's
it
gonna
now.
tell you about
yeah,
it.
where the
not
twins
that we
confer.
really care that much.
I wonder what the twins are.
There's also some slight
Still looks
animosity
like bad
between
news.
Jonah and Lara at the moment because
Yeah.
because Lara doesn't care very much that a
Concentrate
whole
on
load
the
of people
cloudy
got killed.
Yeah, and
Um,
Jonah wanted to stay and help the people, whereas Lara wanted to go and get
If
the
we
box
find it,
to fix the dagger
we know we have the
situation
right one.
to save more people. But Jonah thinks they should have stayed
Gut feeling?
and saved people.
It's our
there.
only clue.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, we're searching for the Silver Crown
The mural
Mountains,
says
and then in a
there'll be
moment,
more disasters.
Jonah's like, hey, this is the mountains,
The
and
best
Lara's
way
like,
we can help
those are
them
the
is to
ones.
stop
Literally,
They're
like, they
literally
don't see
just-
any other mountains.
They're
like,
literally just some random mountains.
Yeah.
But Lara thinks they're special.
but how do we
to
really
be
know?
fair, they do look like Silver Crown Mountains, but like
But
literally-
almost any mountain
yeah.
with snow looks like a Silver Crown
I know.
mountain, right?
You mean the tremor
they do just look out the window and they're like, yeah, I think it's that one, and she's like, yep, probably.
I know that it's not practical. I know that it's hard to believe, but you need to trust me.
And Jonah this whole time has been like, we shouldn't fly in this storm, and Lara's like, nah, it'll be fine, it'll be fine.
We have to
Spoiler
trust
alert,
each
it's
other.
not fine. I wonder why you can't skip this one. You can skip like everything else.
You can't skip that many cutscenes. This is pretty bad for not being able to skip cutscenes this game compared to the previous
I might
two.
have something
Anyway,
over here.
Really?
Jonah's like, hey, there's some mountains, and Lara's like, that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. And it's not even one mountain, it's three.
I don't like this storm.
Yeah,
Should we
if
come
you're
back in the
confused
morning?
about the previous
so
game I was
close.
playing, Jonah, this
I
guy
guess
is
the
also
little
Jonah,
turbulence
though,
wouldn't
got
stop
a
checking
different
it.
haircut.
They're the same
I didn't
person.
actually end up playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, but he's
But
got a
Jonah
completely
looks
different haircut.
really different.
He's got a completely different haircut in that one as
I
well.
actually feel
Is
like
there any
Jonah
way
1
to
and Jonah 3
So
look similar.
this is Miguel.
Yeah, I can put you down when you
Say
record.
goodbye to
Let's go.
Miguel.
Yeah, don't get too attached to that dude.
So I think you can see him in one more frame of the speed run.
Yeah,
getting a bit-
spoiler alert, the storm isn't that safe.
Rip Miguel.
Oh yeah, okay, look away if you don't like
That's
that.
not bad. So Lara tries to fight the plane. Like this one stone, or I think it's meant to be a hailstone.
Yeah, it is me.
What are you doing?
Miguel. Well, it doesn't kill Miguel. Miguel survives.
Well, survives.
He survives the landing.
The landing, yeah.
And then for some reason, the plane just snaps in two, as a plane is wont to do.
Yeah.
And you crash. So that is where we are left off. And I can gain control again in a second.
And this is when you can change your...
No, I got
quite, no.
not quite yet. No.
Yeah, I remember.
I need to wander through the jungle a bit.
Yeah. So you have like 2 minutes maybe to change the outcome of the outfit bidding war for Lara.
Yeah. So any last minute donations? Let me know.
And so far it looks like. So she can't run at this point.
Yeah,
which is
we
why
can't
we're
run.
walking slowly.
Yeah. Fortunately, this one you can sprint, which you couldn't do in 2013.
Can
Yeah.
anyone hear
You can
me?
sprint after this bit. In fact, actually quite soon. Right?
Hello?
You can't sprint at the moment, but you can jump, which
Yeah.
is good.
Where are they? I have to find them.
See, this says 90% of Tomb Raider problems are storm-based.
Yeah. So you look over the jungle here, and I've got the graphics settings fairly low, but there is a flare you can see up go
Getting
off in the
closer.
distance.
Yeah, it's just... just-
It's kind of hard to see because the graphics settings are so
Yeah,
low,
it's
but
a
it's
little
quite
bit
bright
different.
normally. And we're alright. We're going to go find those people.
So of course we're going to take this path through the rocky treetops because it's obviously the easiest.
Howlers.
How long these?
So yeah, we look at the monkeys, and you can shoot them later if you want to, but
How
we
do you
don't
want
really
to
need
shoot the
to.
monkeys? It's so rude.
If you use selfie mode, you can also take photos
selfies
with them.
the monkeys.
Um,
Selfie mode in this game is like.
so I didn't
such
get
a
the
charm.
jump. You can get a jump up the bottom of that slide, which saves walking through the
Someone
mud
must
so
be
slowly.
around. Hello? Jonah.
So I missed a bit. Missed a trick there.
That's okay. It's like literally.
Anyway, we use this campfire
I didn't know
to
the
get our
storm would hit
first
so hard.
skill, which
This is all my fault.
rolling, so
I
we
should have
can jump
listened to
roll
Jonah, thought it through.
because it's quite a bit faster than just running regularly.
That's also a theme of the Tomb Raider reboot series. Jump rolling is
Half of
faster
the
in like
plane landed
water.
here. My gear is in that cargo. I need
So
maybe a piece of scrap from
we
the
want to get
back.
our gear, but to do that we need to get a knife to cut it down. So
we're gonna
we
pick
think the
this
easiest
really
bit of
high bit of
the easiest bit of metal to
Yeah.
get is this bit of the
It's
propeller
still
right up here.
attached and everything. Yeah, and then she sends it skating into the water. Now we gotta go after it. That was such a terrible dive. Her legs were way overhead.
So here's Mr. Eel. I think this is the only time you get attacked by an eel in this, which is quite a difference to if you're playing it casually.
Oh yeah, I don't understand why there are so many eel attacks casually. Like,
Well, they made one animation, so they had to reuse it.
literally, it's the same animation each time as well.
Anyway, we've got the sharp piece of metal, and we're gonna go grab the two closest bits of salvage to upgrade it to a knife, or a makeshift knife.
Oh, was that a capybara?
And there's a capybara.
Oh, see, I know animals.
What's the donation incentive
Go to
at the moment?
We haven't, let me just reload, but we haven't had anything through, so we are currently on the Tomb Raider 2 non-jacket.
Nice.
Okay. So we tried to cut the rope there so that, because
Got everything I
unless you
need.
try and cut the
Should
rope,
head
she doesn't
back to
realise it needs to be sharper. So we upgrade our knife here.
And this is where we
we
can
get to change
change
our
outfit.
outfit. So Tomb Raider 2 default, right?
Yeah. I have to say, I voted for just normal
we go.
Rise default because my god,
So
it
if you've
makes
seen
all the
Blocky Tomb Raider
cutscenes
before,
so
there you go.
stupid. You guys are gonna have to put up with insanely weird cutscenes. It's so
Something's still
funny.
holding the
So
supplies up.
yeah, a bit of a contrast to her.
Her like high, nice
surroundings.
graphics. Yeah, she doesn't fit in, does she?
So now we've got the knife, we can cut down the
Yes. Now I can get my gear back.
gear, which amounts to a bow and arrow.
So there's a bit in this game where you play as young Lara, but not in the speedrun. It's completely skipped. Does she stay blocky for young Lara?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Oh, that would be interesting to see.
I can't imagine so, since she changes skin anyway.
Yeah, that's true. She's a little kid then. That's probably my favourite part of the game so far.
So now we've got our bow. We also found a radio and we heard somebody trying to talk to us, so we're going to go find them. We also,
Where are you?
well, the guy coming through the radio was Miguel. Spoilers,
He was our pilot.
did not survive very
Miguel?
much longer after landing.
Yeah, he was our pilot.
So this bloody stain that you see somewhere around there is the remains of Miguel.
Oh my god, the mud on her is so...
God.
Uh-oh.
So there's a load of stuff where I was looking out for jaguars and we walk slowly towards the
Got to be
jaguars.
careful here.
Yeah, the mud splattering effects on blocky Lara are reasonably amusing. It's not too bad at the moment, but later on it gets worse. So there's a jaguar. And we get to fight a jaguar now. We found this muddy pit, which is apparently their house.
Yeah, this isn't... Hey, you...
Oh my god, what are you doing?
I'm hit.
My hands are really cold, which is making it hard.
It is freezing in this room. That's why I'm wearing like...
God. Right. Anyway, this area serves as a very good place for us to pick up resources because no matter what you do, the jaguars kind of run in and out quite a lot. So we take the opportunity to pick up all the resources. We need to get healing resources just to continue the game, but we also want to pick up some components to make arrows.
Yes, because we're going to need more. And you see me into that slightly when why does the category say Crash Team Racing? Good question. We were playing that earlier. Someone changed that. David or Jay? Someone needs to change the category.
So once the second jaguar appears, then it is the end of the boss fight basically. You go to a short quick time event. I think he's coming along now, yeah. So we skip the rest of the cutscene, but basically what happens is she stabs them. And during that fight we picked up enough healing resources so we can get straight to the exit.
Nice.
And we go to the remains of the plane crash and find Jonah. So you can see the plane crash up
That's
there.
part of the wreckage.
Jonah is waiting for us up there.
I like the informational, like, floating text like that. I think it's quite nicely well done.
Hey, Jonah,
Rovar
are you
says
there?
this was the latest Crash Team Racing patch, improved the graphics a bit.
So we're meant to like help Jonah do some stuff and get out the jungle and that sort of stuff, but we're not going to bother with that because we can make the jump we're not really meant to be able to make, assuming I don't screw it up. And I screwed up there, but not in a fatal way. There we go. And that trick we did earlier, the airwalking, we now try and do that again here. And we just run off into the jungle and leave Jonah to his fate. Don't worry, he finds us later.
Yeah. I understood you. It makes you feel better.
Understood who?
Heard the joke.
So yeah, we this glitch was actually in Rise of the Tomb Raider, but we did not realise it until after Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out.
Literally, the whole mechanic was only found in this game and turns out it exists previously.
Yeah, so it's not actually very useful in Rise of the Tomb Raider, but it is very useful in this game.
Yeah.
Because it lets you basically just run around all your problems.
Yeah, I wish I could just kind of fly around my problems. Just do a pretty good job of it.
So because it hasn't loaded because we did that, it hasn't loaded the lighting here properly, so it does all sorts of weird shadow effects.
I mean, the shadow of the Tomb Raider.
It
right?
is indeed.
That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry.
I believe that this skip was called like Land of the Rising Sun or something like that.
Ah.
So there's meant to be an event here where we meet a whole load of people, but it doesn't load because we skipped the bit where it's meant to load.
Oh yeah, you're
so
supposed to like stealth killing, don't you?
yeah, like this skip saves. It also saves the entire of going to Lara's childhood, which is at least 12 minutes by itself. So overall, this skip probably saves like 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, it's a crazy skip. Although the childhood playthrough is pretty fun.
So we get some cloth there that we need much later in the run, just because it's like the closest place that we can get cloth. And this is the next
I
place.
see people down there.
So she's supposedly talking to Jonah, but he's not here. This is Abby,
What's her name? Abby, yeah, that's it.
and Jonah's
I'm
materialized.
sorry to ask so many questions.
Surprise, Jonah! We left him
So we're
behind.
going to talk
Want
to
to
him
make
for
a
a bit.
deal?
And this lady wants to talk to us as well.
Hello. Are you
Oh, it's so cold in here, my hands are freezing, and it brings up the map here for you.
Yeah, you're like coming into this.
So we need to stay to the right here because otherwise there's a event on the left hand side, which isn't important for the story, but it's kind of side quests that you get roped into.
Oh yeah.
This is a market. In this game compared to the other ones, there's quite a lot of merchants in this.
Jonah,
There are
I
merchants
found
in Rise,
Incan ruins, but I think the
but
foundation of the
they're not
temple
as
is
important
older.
in this. But we don't actually.
Abby remembered where she saw that symbol. It's inside the temple somewhere.
I love how all these people have
Tell her
no
thank you.
problem with how Lara looks.
I'm
at the
right here.
moment. They must be.
can thank me by
I'd
not
be so
breaking
confused.
anything.
So what we're meant to do is go and look at that temple and then find it out. And then so this is a big hub area,
Yeah.
and we're meant to go into that temple and do one of the loops around from this hub.
And then you come back.
And then we come back here and do the next loop. But we can get out of bounds and skip to the end of that second loop, so we only have to do the end of it.
Very convenient. It's another massive skip.
So we're gonna just wander out of bounds a bit. I need to be careful not to fall down in the wrong place here.
Because you fall into bounds or because you die?
Because I fall into the wrong part of bounds, so we get back in bounds here and that's the right place.
Cool.
But there's a ledge you can't get up if you fall down too soon. So this is us just going back to the end of the big loop that you're meant to do in the plot, where we discover some people murdering, or some creatures murdering the Trinity soldiers. I'm going to reload checkpoint here because it skips us climbing through the mud very slowly.
You just sort of knew.
No, that's alright. So we can jump roll through that mud, which is a lot faster.
Bodies everywhere. The creatures kill them. But why?
Yeah, so we're talking about the creatures that were in a bit
I
of
love
a
how
skip.
she's just swimming with like
I
her
saw
hand against
something.
her ear.
Trinity is being
Yeah, she's also on the radio at
hunted
the
by
moment.
some kind of creature.
And we come back and
Hissing
to
sounds
report what
and
we
move
find
so
it that we
fast.
didn't actually see because
Lara,
we
that
just
sounds like the legend of the Pistaco.
and just try and jump around as much as the mud
No,
here as we can.
I know what I
Yeah.
saw.
So we go back into this temple to do the next section,
Jonah?
We're
and we
downstairs.
find Jonah and Abby have done some excavation and found the next part of the path.
Convenient.
So we skip to that bit. And we discover that they have
Been down there.
no idea what a saw is in a moment.
Oh my god. All the costumes are so stupid with
You'll
this
show the
skin.
series of trials.
Thanks, guys.
I think it looks fantastic with this skin.
Yeah. It is pretty. Does she have the morning camera on? Yeah, she does.
She's got her little radio.
Yeah.
You see her on. These spikes happen, and she's like, "Yeah, I mean, there's totally space for her to squeeze through." But
Yeah,
they're
she
like,
could-
"We're gonna go the other way around because we don't know what a
She
saw
could
is."
not only squeeze through, but you could definitely just cut those spikes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are there any more eels?
There are eels in this section. We don't have to deal with them, unfortunately.
Bear in mind we've like gone across the world here. We've gone from like, I guess not across the world. We've gone from Mexico to Peru, and there are still all the same wildlife.
There are also piranhas later, but we don't actually encounter them at all in this run. And here's another air hole, but it takes ages to do the animation for it, and we get a checkpoint right here, so we just reload the checkpoint. And that refills our breath gauge, which is nice.
Yeah, it's quicker to do that than to take
It also sets the cycles of the eels, which is important, because there's eels swimming all over the place in these caves, but because we know the cycles, we can just swim past them.
eel cycles, very technical stuff.
So you saw one swimming around on the right just now, which is why I'm staying way over to the left.
Yeah, there's a very disproportionate amount of eel attacks for a single game.
So this is the spider challenge, which amounts to just getting up that
Jonah,
ledge.
I've come out in some sort of cavern. There are
So we're going through this series of challenges. There's trial of the spider, trial of the eagle, and trial of something else.
Yeah, that's what
Jonah,
So we're on the
if
radio
you
for a
can
bit.
hear me,
Well,
I
you're
think
meant to
I'm
get around
still on
there
the
and
path
swing
of
over
the
to
spider
there,
trial.
but you
I'm
can't
gonna
make
get
the
to the
jump
top.
from here.
Oh, convenient. Yeah. That's what you're definitely, like, you can hardly call that a skip because it's possible in, like, the default game, but it's, yeah. I mean, I say all this is possible in the default game, it's just not out of bounds. or
So
anything.
we skip the trial of the spider and go to the trial of the eagle, which is one of the more iconic
Jonah,
trials.
I'm at the
and
next
it was in
trial,
the trailer of the,
the
game and all
eagle.
that sort
It
of
has
stuff.
something to do with the wind.
Which has
I'm
this
still
big
tracking
kind of
west.
central
Heading
thing,
downward now. There's an
rotating,
underground river.
and a load of sails and bits that you need to activate to jump to various bits of it. So that sounds kind of scary. So we're just going to go over to this checkpoint and get a save point. But actually, we're going to go and look at this ledge over here instead, because the trial of the eagle is scary.
Yeah, way too scary, I'd rather look at this ledge.
So I'm going to try and do another air walk, which I've been not having much luck with at this location recently, so hopefully it'll be nice for me.
Luckily, it's not
Getting this trick is actually, we think, frame perfect,
frame
but we're
perfect,
not
yeah.
sure. Like, there's a couple of frames where the ice axe will get stuck in her hand, and not all of those frames allow you to airwalk, and we're not sure what the difference is.
yeah.
There we
Hey, nice. So now we're running in the air again, which is called airwalking, which is different from skywalking.
Yeah, so we
Well,
run
really.
around out of bounds a bit, and past the trial of the eagle, which is good because it is very long and tedious.
Yeah. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's tedious. It's pretty fun the first couple of times, like the first time you do it.
So it's all that stuff over to the left. You can see that big kind of circular room with the cogs and stuff. But we run over towards this brown thing in the background, which is actually a piece of water, which we can swim in and then find a checkpoint to reload at.
Nice. Suddenly we're swimming!
Yeah, we're swimming in the water. And we get out of the water and it hits a checkpoint, so we reload that.
You're just-
and
you're-
we're past the trial of the eagle,
And you're
which is
invisible with
lovely.
just a shadow. Why is she so slow getting on that one?
It's just what she does. So you actually have to press E to catch on the side, but I did
Yeah.
it before the prompt appeared, so E didn't really notice.
Yeah, there is a skill that lets you stop stumbling on
Yeah,
ledges
but it's
like
not
that,
worth it because it doesn't actually speed up the time it takes you
No.
to get up the ledge.
Jonah,
So we're looking to hidden
the
city,
view up here is
and
amazing.
Laura thinks the view being amazing means the hidden city must be near.
Laura, I made
And
it
we
through.
talk on the radio
I'm
for a
entering
bit,
a
so
cavern.
I'm just going to pick up these resources because
Jonah?
we might as well while we're on the radio conversation. I'm going to get this campfire just for
What's it
marathon
mean?
safety. Because if you screw up this next bit, you can't just reload at the previous checkpoint because it resets the checkpoint. So you're meant to swing between those things there, which is reasonably fast, but it doesn't get us to where we want to go.
So why did you swing out to start with?
So I swing out to start with because otherwise every time you get go out here or come to here, she tries to swing her grapple up to that that hook up there rather than at the ledge that we wanted her to swing it to.
But really, what's easier than swimming? Swinging. It's just walking. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do that instead.
So you're meant to swing along all these things down to that exit on the side over there. But we're going to just kind of go round.
Cal says those are some nice polygons and walking on air is faster. It is indeed faster.
So we're gonna walk up this rock to gain some height.
Yes,
Because
because
we
you slowly go
we slowly
down,
lose
yeah,
height as
yeah.
we're walking in the air, which you can reduce a bit by sprinting like I am at the moment, or by rolling. But we need to get enough height to get over this wall here, which I think we're just about going to make,
Yeah.
because it's higher than it looks.
Yeah.
So you saw we got kind of pushed up to where we actually wanted to be. And there's meant to be this big cutscene when you discover Paititi, or El Dorado as I like to call it. Which means that you encounter the natives, and has this whole long cutscene, and after the cutscene you actually respawn at the other end of this village. And the village is actually meant to be quite populated. There's meant to be a lot of random villages around, but because we came in the back entrance through a glitch, none of them are here. So we've got this lovely deserted city to play around in at the moment.
No one's distracting us.
And this is another massive hub area. There's 2-3 large loops out of here before you can get up to the high city effectively.
So, this
so
is a skywalk.
This is another skywalk, yes. I'll bother, I just made it. It's alright. I thought I was going to get it first time, I would be really happy, but that's alright.
That's okay, this is a pretty tricky one. I mean, all of these tricks are pretty difficult, and he makes it look really easy, but some of them are like really difficult. And I know you've been practicing this one.
Yeah, I did actually do the hard bit, which is skywalk. Yeah, it's very easy to slide down there once you get over there.
I really thought the like,
hopefully I went good.
vertical surfaces were pretty easy to slide down. You're nailing the first bit. Oh.
Come on, Laura, you can do it. Oh, I think that's it, yeah. Okay.
Nice.
That was the hard bit.
Okay.
This jump, yeah, she did it first time. Sometimes she doesn't like getting up there very much, but it's alright this time. Anyway, yeah, so getting up here gets us into kind of the high city, which skips about 45 minutes of wandering around loops from this hub, which is obviously fairly worthwhile.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Looks like
I
you're
knew
about
that I
to
was going to load.
Yeah.
If you don't run the game on an SSD, then that sometimes doesn't load, but I've literally
Really?
never had it not load.
Wow.
So there's also another loop round from the high city that you're meant to go and do, which is out the door on the right here, but we skipped that as well because the door's not loaded in.
Convenient. We don't
So
have
we
to
don't have to do
open
that
the door
either.
if it's not loaded in.
So we run past all of that, which is fantastic. And we can get to the end of the Paititi section, which is meant to be kind of quite a long portion of the game. So we reload checkpoint here once we hit that checkpoint because we need to trigger this ending scene for Paititi, where this woman in green in Ratu takes us around the takes us to a tomb where we think the silver box might be. I seem to remember.
Yeah. And the silver box is the thing that we need to combine with the dagger, which is the thing that we never actually took in the speedrun, but you do in the actual game
Anyway,
to
there's
stop
some
the apocalypse.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some slow walking here, so I just have to press W for the next.
Do you want me to hold it?
Wow.
While you
You
drink?
can hold it if you want. Yeah.
I'm helping. I'm the speedrunner now.
Your fallen queen is in my custody.
Yeah, read donations if you've got any or anything.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, any donations?
The total's the same. Donate, and then we can read donations.
Yeah.
Or comment in chat, and I'll probably read that out too. Co-op speedrun? Yeah, it's a co-op speedrun. I mean, it's completely not a co-op
So this is
speedrun.
reasonably amusing for me because I haven't actually seen her in the default in the Tomb Raider 2 skin for this.
It does look really dumb.
There's also a very emotional scene in the moment, which people wearing that for,
Oh yeah, if you're squeamish,
Bruce
look
said he
away.
wanted an end to violence. He sees it as a means to an end.
Okay.
take back control.
I helped.
It's freezing in here.
Yeah,
like
it's
my hands are
freezing,
literally like shaking half the time I'm trying to do these tricks.
Yeah, I'm cold. I don't know, is there anything I can try and help?
Nah, that's alright.
We need like a space heater or someone else's computer that uses a lot of
Should have
energy.
put my computer on the
Yeah,
desk
just
so it's
blowing
blowing out
air.
over my hands.
This rebel sacrifice
That's double holding.
Yeah.
again.
All these people believe him. They are afraid. For a good reason.
Yeah,
What's wrong?
We've got some like
yeah, we've got some food after this one.
I like her outfit. The other
Nurati's
one.
outfit. Yeah. So in a proper playthrough of the game, you'd be in the same outfit.
Yeah, Lara has it's a different colour, but it's really
No, no,
Is it
she's got a green one as well. The proper game, but that doesn't have an even speed in the regular
Innocent
speed run
eyes will
without
blink
changing
at
your
dawn
skin.
when
Yeah.
weakness
You don't
falls
let
away.
that.
Rick says, good luck, Zeno.
And thank you, Ruhik. And you tell them the password, and they're like, "Yeah, you're totally somebody who's meant to be here, despite the fact you're made out of about 15 polygons."
Accurate.
So we're meant to go up to this big statue thing
That is
and
cool.
find and invade the tomb and get the thing, but we just abandon Unuratu because we don't care about that tomb.
You and Unuratu out of
And
there.
yeah, doors are
Let me
optional.
know when you're ready.
Yeah, this is
sometimes.
the
There we
nice door clip. So that
Doors
door
are
clip's
optional.
pretty similar to the ones in Rise.
Yeah.
If you've seen the speedrun of that. And then we get this very long emotional cutscene.
I see
Oh
you.
my god, I can't take this seriously when she's in this.
On my way.
This skin.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. Look at her waist. Why did they think this was okay? Like, where are her organs?
Invaded Zimstall.
yeah, clearly.
She died fighting Trinity.
She's got a big line down her face as well because of where the shadows fall.
No.
Centricity says these graphics, Bog. Yeah,
Where is my mother?
it's incredible. If you missed it, there was a donation incentive to pick the skin and
So-
the one that won.
So I just want to point out, you're meant to be presenting Etzli with this amulet, but her new skin doesn't have an animation to open her hand, so it's just in the middle of her hand.
Oh my god. It's so ridiculous. Oh my god. God, this like when you actually play this is really emotional. But like this skin, thanks guys. This is all the people who donated towards this skin's fault.
I'll find the box. I won't let the cult of Kukulkan get to it first.
Look at those pixels.
Begin the preparations for the burial chamber. Queen Unuratu will live on.
And this is unskippable as well, which is why we're watching
Yeah.
it.
Unfortunately, in a moment when the scene changes, she's gonna revert back to her default skin, but I'm gonna switch back to her blocky skin as soon as I can.
Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, the game switches skin for you.
So you've been
I'm
slightly
afraid-
scammed.
I'm afraid I'll. Well, we did tell people.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll be ready when you return.
Yeah, it will change back. It's
It'll
just we
change
have
back
no
in a
choice in
moment.
this.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but this canoe is actually full of water.
So what's next?
They've tried to make the shadow so you can't really see very well.
Oh, so what, they just didn't bother removing the water?
Well, it's quite hard to do. If you think about
Yeah.
the 3D modelling, you'd have to have a hole in the plane of water.
Oh, that does sound hard actually.
So yeah, here she's reverted to her normal skin. And you'll notice that given to the camera angle, you can't see that the canoe's full of water.
Oh yeah, you sort of
And then it
can.
switches to a different view, and the canoe's actually like lifted up for that other view.
Smart.
There's a view from above in a
Hey,
moment where
look,
it's
you
pulled
can
it
see
up.
what she's meant to look like.
Yeah, actual hair, actual eyelashes,
Hair graphics as well.
actual eyes that can look places.
The serpent is in the cup near the many stone faces.
Oh, I missed that towel. Her organs are removed just like every other weakness.
Better than nothing.
I suppose.
Sorry, I can put chat nearer you so you can read it too.
Yeah, I'm used to reading chat while I'm playing.
Yeah, there you go.
Just gonna warm my hands up for the
Yeah,
upcoming.
this room
bits.
is really cold. What's the top of this wall? Not really.
So this helicopter comes along afterwards, I bet. Like literally any form of transport that Lara goes in is basically doomed.
Yeah. Sure.
Like from the reboot trilogy, there's various like planes, cars, boats. I think almost all of them get destroyed.
Yeah, like, it's pretty bad.
There's a Jeep later in this that I don't think gets destroyed.
Oh my god, that's the best. She's like a trail of destruction. Wherever she goes gets destroyed.
Alright, so we actually get control back now, which is nice.
And then when we get to the next campfire, we can change the skin back, correct?
Yeah. So there's actually a campfire we don't normally go to in the speedrun that I'm going to go to, just so that we can switch back.
Yeah.
So this is a big stealth section. We don't actually have any weapons at the moment, apart from our knife, so you just have to knife people.
So you notice that she rolled behind enemies there, and like they completely...
Fortunately, the enemies are pretty blind.
They're so blind. How have they not noticed this woman, like, going insane, rolling around?
And you can't actually, if they spot you, you can't get up ledges because it like auto shoots you every time you try to climb up a ledge while they've spotted you. So we have to be quite stealthy to get around this section.
Yeah.
So in all that skipping we did earlier, we skipped getting the overhang climbing equipment, which means we can't get off that cliff there. So we need to clip to this. We need to get over this chasm, even though it would be faster to use a casual route, but skipping 45 minutes to not get it is obviously well worth it.
Yeah. So we're gonna use airwalking
So
again.
I'm gonna try and airwalk. Yeah. It's
Instead it's frame perfect. Well, frame almost perfect.
yeah.
I'm
And
not
when the ice axe is in my hand, I might not have it like that. And the only way I know is when I try to walk off a ledge.
Yeah. So what we're looking for is doing that weird jump thing to get the ice axe stuck in your hand, and then you just have to try it and walk off the edge. There we go. We've got ice axe stuck first time. Now.
Yeah.
There we
so
go.
we're airwalking now. And this is quite a tricky bit to get up. Just airwalking it over isn't enough. So we can't get up this ledge normally. So we have to start a skywalk.
Oh, there we go. And now.
And now we need to get the skywalk up to a specific place, and then. So there's a death plane there, and if you go above it and then below it, then you die.
Yeah.
So that was basically what we wanted to do, apart from go through that. We don't want to go through that downwards.
There we go. You've got the ice axe stuck in her hand. Let's see if it's correct or not.
And it can be a bit of getting out of bounds here, but
Nope.
she didn't go well. Yeah, Tao, that was a bit of a throw. I shouldn't have fallen down there. I shouldn't have failed when I had to skywalk.
Got it in her hand. Let's have a look. See if she's got it. So you usually can't roll around. Ah, nice. There we go.
Yeah, there's like a very small place where you can get out there without too much difficulty. So getting up this slope can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, it's like specific camera angle, isn't it?
Yeah, so you'll notice I'm just kind of waving the camera around.
Can you shut it down?
Yeah, so this is what once you get going,
then
it's
she
alright.
sort of goes faster, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to start the skywalk again. And skywalk back at the same place.
Come on. Fingers crossed. Come on, Lara. Get up the damn stream, Lara, please. Please.
Oh, I shouldn't do it. Come on, Laura, come on. Oh no, don't do it. Like, she needs to be in a very specific location when you grapple, and I tried to do it too quickly.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's alright, we've got this.
Yeah, you got this. She's so close. Did she? No, not stuck. Nope. There we go. Got the ice axe stuck in her hand. Roll out of bounds. No.
Yeah, sorry. This is the other hard trick of the run.
Yeah.
So we've got this spreadsheet of all of the of all of the skips that are in this run, and 2 of them are labelled as hell difficulty, and this is one
This
of
is
them.
one of them, yeah.
Yeah, the other one was that pyramid skull that I failed at the start of the run.
At least the pyramid skywalk at the Star Run has a sort of like easy.
Yeah, this doesn't really have a backup apart from reloading a save.
Yeah.
So I
we'll
want to try and get
probably
this.
like a significant, quite a lot more times maybe. Hopefully. Yeah. So as we said, once she gets the eye sights in her hand, we just have no idea whether she's going to outlook or not. Like, there's no way of telling. So that's why we're seemingly just rolling off the edge sometimes, even with the eye sights in our hand.
Come on, I've lost the timing for it.
Oh, that was good. It really does look like she's flinging it off the side.
Yeah, she wasn't flat. Yeah, you have to be in quite a specific position to actually get her to throw her axe at an edge you're on top of.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, so it's basically RNG whether she gets it or not.
Yeah.
In theory, it could be like a frame perfect trick, but it might as well be RNG.
And this is definitely a bit of a run killer normally.
Yeah. Oh, this is annoying.
It's okay, a couple more tries and then we can just load from a save, it's no worries.
I want at least one more try at the skywalk.
Yeah, a couple more tries I reckon.
Oh, that one.
Well, a couple more tries once she's got past that.
Yeah, eventually we'll have to go on anyway.
Yeah. Maybe some donations will convince Lara to actually do what she's told. Hey, okay.
Alright, so now there's the hard bit to go. I don't count that bit as hard because it's not
Usually
hard,
not.
it's just
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
just RNG.
RNG.
Yeah. You got straight up that bit at least.
Yeah. Skywalk gets a bit easier to get up that first section. Yeah,
Yes,
nice.
yes.
Okay, so normally we don't come back to this campfire over here because we have a long radio conversation and so on, but I'm going to come back here for you guys so that we can have Blocky Lara back.
Blocky Lara.
Anyway, we got it, which
Oh,
I'm
I'm
happy
so
with.
happy. Yeah, I'm really glad we got it.
You can see that she gets damaged by fire in theory.
I'm listening to you.
We'll actually let her walk
Another
over fire.
foreshock.
You can get damaged by campfires,
Knowing you're
but you need to like,
responsible
jump
for all
into
these
them.
cataclysms.
And I can't jump during the radio
All that
conversation.
suffering.
I know
So
what
yeah,
I
usually
did.
you don't listen to this radio
Well,
stuff,
that's going
but
to pick up some
Dominguez
Oh.
told you.
we want to
You
get
just
Blocky Lara
had to
back,
have
you
that
guys,
dagger,
since you don't
didn't
need
you?
for it.
Hey, you're
There we
right.
go, Blocky Lara.
Yeah, back to Blocky
What the
Lara.
hell? What the hell am I supposed to do? Hunaratu's dead,
There she
shot
is.
in the back by Rourke. I don't.
She's back.
Alright.
Should have done 2 donation centers for each time.
Okay, so this is another kind of big stealth section.
Forward outpost.
Fortunately,
It's
they're still
moving into your
blind.
area.
Yeah, man, they really are. No, we got food.
I might order. I don't know.
God damn it, people, use the goggles. Find her.
Maybe then, I guess.
Yeah, anyway, these guys are like really blind. You just literally roll like right past them. And just walk here. And you need to wait a second to get around the corner because that guy can see if we're in the.
As if looking for something
I mean, now we use those spots that we picked up earlier. So. Explosive, and apparently they still don't notice you, so we can just stand up here.
Okay, well, I mean, if that doesn't notify them, I don't know what would.
Laura, are you okay? Was that the
So
earthquake?
reload here just to skip the rest of that radio conversation. And we're meant to have this whole bit where we sneak through the forest and do all this stuff related to messing up Trinity, who are in Trinity are the bad guys, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Who are
Dominguez is the head of Trinity.
who have this operation going around there. But fortunately, we can get out of bounds here.
It's just like doors. Doors are also optional.
Yeah, this looks a bit tricky as well, like a lot of the ones in this game.
Yeah.
Like Rise, I'm a lot more consistent on these clips.
Rise is a bit of an easier speed game in general.
Yeah, okay, we're out of bounds, nice.
Nice.
So we get behind there. And now I might have a bit of trouble with this outbound section because there's a bright light shining in my face, and it can get very dark. But I think it should be okay because my monitor's reasonably bright.
Yeah, just turn it down if you need.
That's alright. Oh bother. No, I'm not okay at the moment.
Did you fall in bounds?
Yeah, I fell in bounds there. Sorry, reloaded.
No problem, that one's not super slow to redo, like the previous one.
Yeah, the out of bounds in this game are also a bit trickier than Rise because there's jungle foliage everywhere, so you can't see where the hell you're going a lot of the time.
Do you want to explain what you're doing? I don't think we explained this.
Yeah, so I'm aiming backwards and jumping into the wall, and when you aim, your hitbox, we think, gets slightly bigger, which is what lets you kind of clip into the wall, and then you can kind of edge your way through the wall. Alright, so I should be going straight ahead here.
Oh, yeah, see what you mean about the jungle foliage.
There's a like the floor just ends to my left, which is why I have to be like super careful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the bit where you can't really see what's going on too much. This is the dark bit.
This is super dark. Sorry, Twitch, if you can't see what's going on. It looks really, really bad on Twitch. So.
Okay, well it's a bit brighter now.
Yeah.
That was the like really, really dark bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can like barely see this bit on Twitch.
Anyway, I have to be reasonably careful not to fall back and bounce here. So we're just kind of following along beside the normal way, except we don't have to fight any of the enemies. So that's nice.
Convenient.
And the big oil refinery that we're about to run past, or run through, there's this big kind of action sequence where they like chase you and there's helicopters and they're shooting at you. Fortunately we can just run through it all while none of that's happening because we skipped the load trigger for it.
Convenient. This game has a lot of fire and explosions as well.
It does have a lot of fire and explosions, yeah.
We've skipped a lot of.
So I need to do some quite precise jumps into one of these railings. Should be good enough.
So yeah, if you've ever played this game casually, when jumping, she just kind of goes forward. Like, it's really hard to control
I need to slow down a little just to see where the edge of that texture is, because you start sliding if you walk onto it, and I want to jump before I start sliding.
Yeah.
So there's this boss fight coming up, which is kind of 3 phases of a helicopter, along with a load of people shooting you. So 3 phases, you need to destroy some barrels. But I can skip some of the phases by destroying some of the barrels. Yeah, no, it isn't really expected to be loaded in the way. I'm just going to make some more arrows.
This is Warwick. I've been called back to camp. Winters,
we
Croft is all yours.
Base camp, this is
The arrows.
Reinforcements on the ground.
Jesus Christ! We have to hold her off!
To activate the helicopter come around. The helicopter comes around because the 2 barrels are destroyed. It immediately goes into the final phase.
This is Cardinal 2. We've taken shrapnel, but we're stable.
We need to not die to this helicopter. If we do die to this helicopter,
Warwick's
it's
gone,
soft slots.
but he left you a present.
I need to be reasonably careful. So yeah, that's the helicopter going down.
Cardinal 2, going down.
And we have to cut cutscene which has very angsty Lara and very emotional, but I don't think I'm going to take it seriously with block face Lara.
Tal put a bless orange Jesus in chat, but that seemed to have done it. Thank you, Tal.
Thank you, Tal. Yeah, she shouts at Jonah here a bit, which is quite fun.
Jonah. That was my best Lara impression.
I don't know, Jonah.
Jonah.
Yeah, this needs some like really like everybody hurts music in the background.
Everybody hurts.
Should have done a donation incentive to have that playing.
Sometimes I don't know any more of the words than that, so that's all you're getting. Oh, it just looks.
Look at her crying.
Oh my god! This is actually incredible.
Are you glad that you didn't get default Lara in the end?
I'm kind of glad that we didn't get default Lara in the end because this is hilarious.
Making everything worse.
Like her eyes are just like completely open.
Yeah. So emotional.
You can do this.
Oh, this is pretty funny.
Come on. Where to next? Can't stay here.
I don't know, Jonah!
That was my impression.
What was that clue? Heart of the serpent.
Somehow she sounds
something.
like super English, even though we're English.
The heart of the serpent is in the cup, near the many stone faces.
And what kind of cup are we talking
I
about?
believe the voice
Some
actor
kind of
is
chalice?
English.
Chalice, that's not very Mayan.
It'd be very impressive if she wasn't.
Wait.
The slow zooming and panning of Lara's face, man.
It's not mine. The clue was left by a 17th century missionary, Andrea Lopez, a Jesuit.
Plot
The
twist.
serpent in the chalice is a symbol of St.
Oh,
John.
shit,
We're looking
yeah.
for a Christian.
I feel like I swear in
Holy
this game
sight.
because she
Like
swears
Swears
quite
way
a lot.
more, yeah.
It's a pretty common
Sorry,
name.
Twitch. This is a family
If he
stream.
doesn't.
Not within tracking distance from Paititi.
Come on. The road is this way. We'll get out of here, talk to some people.
Oh, my people will talk to your people. Anyway, so here you go with Jonah to this mission, which has, like, it has a church and this whole section where you need to do this whole puzzle sequence related to the, Jesus' path to crucifixion and stuff, and a whole lot of stuff with that, which takes probably 10 minutes by itself,
Yeah.
which we can skip around, which is nice.
Yeah. We're very
And
close to
and
the
then
end now, right?
and then Trinity come and find you. We're relatively close to the end, yeah.
Maybe like 10 minutes.
This is it. Church of San Juan.
Yeah, maybe about. Fortunately, she's kept her skin for this, which was nice.
Hey.
So I don't have to change
My
it. There is a
friend Sarah's
counterfly
an
right here, but I didn't want to change
archaeologist. She
it.
works
So
near
they
here.
want you to go and
One of
like
us
investigate the mission and so on, but
We
we've
don't
gone
really
off
want
into
to do
the sunset.
that. Yeah, literally. We're like, nah, mates, we're gone.
Yeah, that Jeep that we were in is one of the few vehicles that doesn't get destroyed. Just run over here, and we can just jump out of bounds over here.
Oh wow, that one doesn't even take any.
Well, you do need to do something. Like you have to kind of aim at this plant and then you just kind of jump over here, but it's not
still.
too hard.
Yeah.
And we can skip all of the going into the basement of the church and doing all the puzzles and so on, and go to the place where Trinity is. And the wall spawns in.
Of course.
And this is a bit of a tricky jump, this next one, so I want to get up into that little divot in the corner.
Divot, yeah. What happens if you don't?
It doesn't, I got it. So if it didn't happen, then I had to reload checkpoint, which puts us back to just where we went out of bounds.
Okay, that's not well,
So,
really nice
yeah, going out of bounds there and cooking this door means that all the enemies in this area don't spawn, which is nice because they really hurt.
Yeah, goodbye door, as I said.
So you're meant to like hide in all this grass from the
Yeah, and
enemies
do
and
like
so on.
self takedowns and stuff. To be fair, this
7 arrows should be enough.
Got visual on Croft.
So yeah, these people find out where we're hiding out, and I need to remember. So it automatically holds the barrel there. Launch barrel. That might take too long on normal strats. Right here. Probably alright. Since I got all 4 of them, that's probably okay. Normally I expect to throw the barrel at them before they even get out. The collision on that floor
was
is a bit
really
weird,
bad,
so I
yeah.
couldn't. Yeah, normally I throw that explosive before they get down from the roof.
Yeah, but you
so
accidentally
that's
grab the
what I was
bottle
worried.
first.
But,
Yeah. Why is all the graphics like this?
So my theory is because at each stage it says, right, I want to brighten or darken the graphics by this amount, and you skip out all the bits where they darken it.
Oh right,
But
so it's just gone
but I don't actually know.
That, I mean, that's a pretty good
So
guess.
for some reason Jones decided he could hijack a helicopter, which he just got thrown out of. And this is our first view of Dominguez,
Jonah.
who's like the main bad guy.
We say first view, you see him right at the start of the game, but we skipped all of that.
Yeah, this is our first view in the speedrun.
Yeah.
Because
I got it. I'm good.
First speedrunning view.
What the hell were you thinking?
What the hell were you thinking?
oh, he's not wrong.
Yeah, if it was Lara,
I think it
everything
would've
would have
worked.
worked, because it's Lara.
Anyway, the volcano above us is going off. All this stuff falling down is meant to be ash.
Go, we got this.
Just remember, this is being
There's a bit more to say that is going off if you actually play through the game properly. But the volcano causes a mudslide, which, surprise, surprise, is about to hit us.
Pan.
You like the mud texture on it?
Cardinal 1.
Yeah.
Engine
So it's like doing
0 feet. Losing altitude. Attempting cold restart. Shit. Wait, what?
Yeah. In the casual game, there's quite a lot of these accuracy sections. We skip an awful lot of them. What happened there? Why did she just let go of her grapple?
That was weird.
That was very weird.
Tal said if it was Lara, the chopper would have crashed with her in it.
Well, it's not wrong that she would have survived.
Yeah, she would have survived because it's Lara. She's like, she's the bringer of destruction. She's also pretty magical.
I've literally never had that happen before where I got the grapple. So there's a never happened before.
Hey, there's another one. Tal said there's a car. Yeah, how did you do that?
I've never had it happen before.
Charles said never seen that. Hey, yeah, well, marathon first, there's another one.
This, because I've got a like graphics that beam appear and you literally on it.
Oh,
And
well,
it just kind of
that is
phases in and out of
one.
existence.
Rerouting controls.
Yeah, instead of water, it's now mud. I mean ground water.
Yeah, I think it's the same way
I know, but it's definitely just the same water texture but brown.
It would have looked a lot cooler
Cardinal
if it was lava.
All systems functional. Back on course for heading 327.
Also, ground doesn't do this.
Only one chance.
It does reveal Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm afraid, sadly, this is the end of the Populara because it forces us back into a regular skin for the rest of the game. So, sorry.
But hey, it was hilarious while it lasted, including here. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. This is a very interesting run. I'm just tired.
So, we're still blocking Lara here, but I think in a moment. It puts us back to the regular Lara when we get the opportunity to continue with the game.
Right.
At least it did when I was doing your testing earlier.
Yeah. Well, here's to hoping it doesn't, but I think it probably will.
I think when you're in Paititi, you're always meant to be in a regular skin, but because we do a glitch in the first time in this run, we managed to keep Blocky Lara for that
It's
bit.
nice that the cutscenes sort of honour that. I guess they're just programmed based on movement rather than based on which...
I mean, they're all in-game cutscenes.
Yeah.
And you can also do self-mode like at any point in these cutscenes as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is cool.
Dominguez.
Self-mode is so funny.
Trinity.
You can do it at any time, including when she's just about to die.
I don't know what changing her facial expressions when she's a block is, but...
Yeah, you can change her facial expressions normally. No idea if that would do anything.
Yeah, so like even like when she's got her head impaled on a spike or whatever, you can just
make
change
her
her
smile.
facial expression. It looks really freaky.
It does, it's terrifying. Honestly, one of the best features of this game is the selfie mode. That's pretty cute.
Anyway, yeah, this is the last long cutscene, but it's a bit of a double whammy of cutscenes. So we've got this cutscene that's about to end, and then there's another one immediately after. Like, I literally have about 4 seconds of gameplay before there's another cutscene.
Yeah, 4 seconds.
Yeah, so it changes her back to a regular Lara here, which is sad.
Your Highness.
She has a good skin though, here.
Lara.
I like her dress.
Where's the box?
Amaru has it.
But the death of the sun draws near.
We'll get it back before he completes the ritual.
Yeah, this is the box they're talking about,
We'll have
which
to
we
adjust
have
the
to
plan.
combine with the dagger. So when the box combined with the dagger is supposed to
Please.
bring like...
Take your time to
It's
prepare
like
yourself.
meant to allow you to
We
change the
gather
world.
intelligence
Yeah,
and fighters.
and that's bad.
Thank you.
Well, it
Well,
depends what purpose you want to use it for.
If the bad guy's
the
like,
bad
it's
guy
bad.
wants to use it to just like
Rid sin and destruction.
like cleanse the world
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
It's an odd one. And yeah, if they don't get
Right,
the
so we
box
just
and the
talk,
dagger combined,
run over to Etzley and
the
talk
sun
to
dies.
him immediately. Yeah, if talk to him.
How
which
is the plan coming together?
starts another cutscene, which is kind of
We have
annoying.
options.
Yeah.
Would you?
So they make this plan about what they're going to do and how they're going to invade
Kukulkan's
the
army will follow the
temple
sun
where the
bridge
bad
to the
guys
bridge,
hang out,
reach the pyramid.
which we basically completely ignore.
If we approach them head on,
Yeah, like most things in this game, we just run off into the sunset and do our own thing.
I think they honour it a little bit in the actual gameplay, but stuff goes wrong.
Yeah.
But
Going this way, it'll be more
for
secure.
the speed run, we just
By the time
completely ignore the plan.
Yeah.
Slip through our fingers.
We see a goal and we go for
Can we
it.
do
Yeah,
both?
literally.
If we approach head-on, I can go around the other way and act as a sniper.
They'd be trapped.
Oh, that's quite a long one.
No approach
Yeah.
is without risk, but I believe this is the best option.
Should have brought a
Good.
drink over here.
Then,
You can go
on
Kel.
your order.
Nah, I'm here. I'm here for the
long haul.
Yeah, there's not that much left anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't even have a drink anyway. I have to go and like buy one. I like those runes around the edge of the door. They're very pretty. This game is just very pretty, and this is like minimum graphics.
Yeah,
or almost
this
minimum
is
graphics.
pretty low graphics.
No,
I
it's
think
like-
I've got the textures turned up, but or maybe
On
not. I
good
can't remember.
graphics, this thing
Rest
looks
of them.
so pretty.
Oh, are you ready for the
After today,
line that
the eclipse will no
game's
longer
named after?
represent us. We keep the sun, but surely you will share
The shadow.
Thank you.
She is the shadow. Well, she's the shadow of the Tomb Raider remover. Yeah.
You two little bird.
We don't pay too much attention to the storyline.
Yeah, the plot's
The
at this
plot's
point.
kind of all about her family, but we ignore most of it.
Yeah. Also that she's following her like dad's footsteps and stuff.
She's not really following her dad at the moment.
No, but
she misses her dad.
yeah.
So coming up is one of the what I think is one of the coolest scenes in this game if you play casually. Is the kind of swim to the final area.
Oh, it gets really like terrifying, doesn't it?
So there's all these kind of fiery explosions that go on around us while we're swimming through this area.
How's that fire underwater?
It's like lava vents and stuff.
Interesting.
again, there's a place to come and catch our breath. But it gives us a checkpoint, so we reload that because it's faster.
Quicker,
it's faster than the animation.
Yeah, she doesn't need to breathe.
And yeah, it resets the amount of air we have.
But there's no visual meter of how much air you have. The screen starts going like grey and then blurry and then you die.
And yeah, rocks just bounce off us. At least most of them do.
Yeah, we're rock proof, so that's good.
I need to remember, like, skip the cutscene that happens just here.
Because you always sit through this,
she goes up and you can actually skip her there, though you don't really notice it's actually a cutscene.
Yeah.
And you're meant to undo a whole load of stuff in this area, and you're meant to kill the scary guy Roth who killed your friend, things like that.
We're gonna do another area.
But we can run past most of the area.
Hopefully. Yeah, there we go.
So fortunately we don't actually die if we fail there.
Yeah, you
we
just
don't get the
grab onto
airwalk
the
there.
ledge, yeah.
It's just because it's that one specific area.
That you have to roll off.
So yeah. These helicopters that are flying around occasionally during these airwalks, they do actually fly through you.
We're a helicopter now.
It's
oh,
coming,
is it
it's
gonna do
coming.
it? Is it gonna do it? Oh, no, fine. Fine. Yeah, we're in the helicopter now.
So you're meant to go through this whole area and meet a whole army of people and destroy a tank and all sorts of things. But the main aim of this area is to get to the top of the temple on this top right. So we're going to go and do that.
Oh yeah, that's not there.
Yeah. As I said earlier, like the textures outside of bounds are more of a guideline.
Very much a guideline.
You guys are at 1 minute, 1 hour. Sorry, not 1 minute. That'd be a fast run. And 18 minutes.
Yes. Have the timer in front. Well, like 10 seconds behind.
Are you coming up on time anytime soon?
We're relatively close. It'll probably be like 5 minutes.
Okay, wonderful.
Not like it.
Although it looks like we can just run up this, it's really...
Yeah, it's
like
really
the controls are really janky for how to get up this ledge. Right, we're up the ledge, so we should be good now.
Nice.
So, because we maintain our height once we go up here, we can just run up this ledge and round. So, what we're doing there to get around, is gaining height.
So we can
so that we can get over other things, and we're about to go and gain a load more height so we can get to the top of the temple.
Yeah, this is airwalking is something special, I tell you.
Yeah, so this is actually in Rise of the Tomb Raider, but you don't get the grappling hook, which allows you to do it until quite near the end.
So it's pretty
so we haven't actually found out any proper usages for it.
Yeah, it may well be useful, but we just don't know yet.
Oh, that was scary. Never happened before, but it's fine. I'm still at the airwalk.
Another never happened before.
If you lose the airwalk, it's really bad because if I press jump accidentally, it's really bad. Because you can't get to the top of the temple.
And it's quite, as you can tell, we've been running for a long time.
So you can get through here. Like the instinct to press the jump on to get through this gap is so high. Come on, Laura.
Come on, Laura. Oh, why did she do it? Hey, there we go, nice. Just needed to go down and back up a bit. God, that was terrifying. Then some janky lighting going on here.
Yep.
So high contrast.
So it's meant to be actually quite dark here, because the sun's starting to eclipse, but this all looks really bright.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get just enough height. Like fortunately that hill is just high enough for us to get onto the top of this temple. So this temple is basically the final boss arena.
Yeah.
So when I'm range, open up the jump.
Nice! We did it! So let's get the checkpoints.
So yeah, this gets a checkpoint, which is actually partway through the boss fight.
Yeah, so we're like second phase.
And yeah, we never got the shotgun, which is kind of fine. Sorry, I'm gonna take ammo. We don't also don't have that much rifle ammo. And rifles the weapon we're giving you for this boss. So we need to destroy these 3 idols to make him so-called vulnerable, even though we can't see him at the moment.
Yeah, he's there.
He's totally there. So
There we go.
he's all powered up and everything. And he is basically a Dark Souls boss. Like he has a sword, and he like the fiery sword, and it like flies fire everywhere. It is quite deadly.
Take control of our
There's the amazing eclipses. Yeah, and he can like.
So we get a checkpoint here, and I reload the checkpoint repeatedly until he spawns with a barrel beside him. In the first time, the barrels do like an enormous amount of damage to him.
Oh, get across the
Yeah,
oh, wow.
and that's entirely RNG.
Yeah, that's super RNG, and I've seen you reload
Can't
like 4 or
match
5
a god.
times in that game.
We have allowed you to leave, Lara.
So we don't get a checkpoint at every opportunity. So this is for a bit.
Really tough to shoot.
Yeah, so he's like that Dark Souls boss. Like his
Get that.
fire.
You get that slight bit of the motion to press C, which dodges his attack.
Yeah. So the best tactic is actually to roll towards him and like blast him. I'm not very good at the boss. Okay, so we got the third attack, which is good. Because unlike most bosses, it has 5 phases rather than 5 hits to kill him. Fortunately, after this one, we get another checkpoint so we can reload until there's another barrel.
And, yeah. Which is actually way quicker than shooting him. No barrel, sad times. No barrel, sad times. Oh, what is this RNG? Come on. Oh, bless RNG, please. Are you kidding me? It'll get there eventually. This is just pretty ridiculous RNG. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so the next time I stab him will be time.
We'll tell you. Well, I'm not gonna tell you.
Let's see if I don't die first. Okay, get some ammo. Scared. Where are
Yeah, you can teleport.
we? Yeah, like he's a proper Dark Souls boss, like fire and everything. There we go, fine.
Nice. So what was that? 1 hour 24:58.
Cool.
So
That's, I mean, it's not fantastic,
yeah,
but it's alright.
it's solid. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
There were, quite a few
I
things
failed quite a lot during
Yeah.
the run, so whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still managed to do
Hopefully,
it. And I
got to
am
see some cool skips.
going to quit the game before it ends because otherwise it soft locks because we've down patched
Yeah.
again. So
yeah,
thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Shout out to the Tomb Raider Discord.
Shout out to Tomb Raider in the Discord. Shout out to Jay and thanks for organising WASD. What's the next run up now?
Next run is Jay, running Fury in speedrun mode, no pause glitch. We'll
in Japanese.
in Japanese.
Because we
Yes.
hit that donation incentive. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
So what we'll do is we'll cut to a break and we'll be back in 5-10ish minutes when Jay will be on.
Sweet.
Okay.